It's Tuesday. It's time for a tiny tidy. And Amy asked me to show you guys around the house because I've done so much work. But this is what it looks like right now.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple.
And I'm just going to go ahead and turn this light out and close this door for right now. And let's get into the Q&A. Okay guys, I gotta hurry up and do this because it's almost dark. My husband got home before I got the video done. He's out taking a walk real quick, but it's gonna rain. So I just have a few minutes to do this. I have my questions here. These are for our 1-year anniversary of the Tiny Tidies, and it's really exciting. We've got new people that are joining us. Some of them, this is gonna be their first video, but it's okay. Well, at least I think they'll probably do it. But anyway, it's okay. It's their first video, but they are part of the Tiny Tidy team, just like you guys are. Some of the girls were going to do like a little tiny tidy along with their question and answer thing. And I was trying to think, what am I going to do? Because I really don't have any more room for anything else that I'm going to declutter. And my channel is basically decluttering. So I just decided to show you why I'm not doing a new declutter for this. So I don't know, I may have a few more little things I can pop in there, but the rest of this is probably just going to be Q&A. So if you're not interested in that, I understand. I love you for popping in just to see, but I understand if you don't want to stick around. But if you want to, here it goes. Oh, and if there's any of these questions that you want to answer, I'd love to hear down in the comments. Let me know about your answer to these questions. Some of them may not apply to you, but if they do and you want to answer, you feel free to share. The first question is, why does the concept of tiny tidying work for you? The concept of tiny tidying. Okay, so I've always done my work around the house and other things in small chunks because I get kind of overwhelmed if I look at the whole picture or look at the thing as a whole, if that makes any sense. And so I've always kind of broken them down into smaller chunks and just dealt with it that way. Like I just don't see the whole thing. I just look at what I'm looking at and I focus on that. And that's always helped me. But the concept of just calling it a tiny tidy, I just told Sunday Dawn, that cutesy name, that's the magic. It gave it a name, and so now, instead of going, oh, I need to clean my house, now I just think, oh, I just need to do a tiny tidy. So even though that's what I was already doing, it took the focus off of cleaning the house, which is the whole thing, which I was going to fail at every time, right? So I would come in and go, oh, I need to clean my house, but I could never get it all accomplished. And so at the end of the day, instead of looking at what I accomplished, the focus was on what I didn't get done. And so now with Tiny Tidies, calling it a tiny tidy makes it so that my focus is just on, I just have this little job, this little task. And even if I don't get it all done, I made it better. So it's like somehow it took away that perfection and failure element that we often have with the things. And also I think that by doing it as a collaboration with all of us doing it together and with you guys at home doing it with us, we don't just do Tiny Tidy on Tuesday, right? We do Tiny Tidies. That's how we do our house now, right? Maybe we were already doing that way, but now we have this community that we're doing it together with. And so anytime that we're doing one, we just have that connection. It's like we're doing it together. And for some reason, that just makes a difference, at least for me. You can let me know if it makes a difference for you as well. It's like I was doing this already, but now by giving it that name and by doing it with others in this collaboration, with you viewers at home, it made all the difference in the world. So I don't know, it was like a mindset shift. So I shifted from whole house to just this task. So let me know if that's what you did too. Number 2 is, how did you find the playlist? Well, actually, I watched a video that Sunday Dawn did, and in that video, she said she was going to do some tiny tidies around, tiny tidies, we all say it wrong, tiny tidies around her house. And I had just started my 10 Minutes Better collaboration the month in February, and then these started in March. And so this must have been around the end of March when we started, or in the end of February when I saw that video of hers, because I'd already started 10 Minutes Better. And it's Tiny Tidies are very much like 10 Minutes Better. But Tiny Tidies is so cute, right? And so I saw that video and immediately was just drawn to the cute little name, and I commented, I want to do those too. I think she said she was going to, that's how she was going to do things going forward. Maybe not every time, but that's how she was going to do it. I'm like, I want to do Tiny Tidies too. Please let me do Tiny Tidies. And then other people were like, I want to do them too. I want to do them too. So I think it was Joe and Amanda and maybe Jen. We were all like, me too, me too. And so we kind of hijacked Tiny Tidies and kind of forced Sunday Dawn to be our supreme mama. And we got together. We came up with the name. We decided Tuesdays because Tiny Tidy TT with TTT Tiny Tidy Tuesdays. And so we picked a time. We did all that stuff, and then we've been going ever since. And then also Sunday Dawn had invited some other channels to do it as well. Dee joined us, and then Karen from This Made Her Mom. They've joined us with them a lot, and it's an open collab. So we continue to get more people who are doing them along with us. But the great thing is you guys out there are letting us know you're doing them too. And you guys, you have no idea how much that means to all of us. We just love hearing from you guys. We love hearing what you're doing. And we're like, it's working. We're making a difference. We're helping people. You know, so we don't do this. I mean, we do this for ourselves, but we don't just do this for ourselves. And so hearing from you guys that it is making a difference for you, that means so much to us. So thank you for letting us know, because this isn't just about us. I mean, I feel like it's not just our anniversary. It's not just us. It's you guys too. So thank you. I'm gonna cry in a second. I don't know why, but that just got me emotional. But anyway, you guys, it's all about you guys. And without you, there wouldn't be an us. There wouldn't be a Tiny Tidy still going on. So thank you so much for supporting us and being here with us and celebrating with us. Thank you. Oh, the next question is, what's your favorite color? But she didn't stop there. Sunday Dawn created all these, or came up with all these questions, okay? She said, what's your favorite color and why? Or what feelings or memories does it bring up for you? Well, my favorite color is purple, and I honestly don't know why. It just always has been. I don't remember when it wasn't, and I don't really think I have anything attached to it. I just like it. I like other colors too. I like teal. I kind of like the more teal blue more than the teal green, if you know the kind of the difference. I kind of gravitate more to the blue side, but I like those colors. So some things I wouldn't want it to be purple. I'd want it to be that teal color though. But purple's still my favorite. And I like red, but some things I wouldn't want to be purple or teal, but I'd like them to be red. But still, purple's my favorite color. So I don't know. If you have a favorite color, maybe you have a why or a memory or something like that. So yeah, feel free to share. Question number 4 is, do you have any pets, and what are their names, details, how you got them, some kind of information like that. We have 2 cats. My husband's name's Randy. I call him hubby. I don't really call him hubby. I just call him hubby on here. But his name's Randy. We have 2 cats, PJ and Pumpkin. PJ is our calico cat. She is 9. The way we got her, we drove 3 hours away to rescue her. She had apparently been abandoned. We think that her mama probably got killed. We're not sure, but she didn't come back for her. And so she was too tiny. She was maybe like 4 weeks old. And my niece was going to college, and this was at a place where she worked at. They kept hearing the kitten meowing, crying out under some stairs or something. And so they were able to get it out of there, but they had to find someone to take it because she was in college. She couldn't keep it herself. And so we drove 3 hours away to get her, and we brought her back, and we got her all good and everything. She's supposed to be my cat. Randy, he said, we don't need her. We don't need another cat. We don't need a cat. And I said, it's not about what I need. It's about what I want. And so he drove me 3 hours away to get this cat. And then she didn't like me. At first she was fine, but then they told us at the vet that because she had been abandoned, it was very likely she would pick one person, and that would be her person. Well, she picked him. But it wasn't until a couple of years ago when I quit working, she finally started tolerating the fact that I live in this house as well. So, she's his cat. It's fine. But her name's PJ, and I love her. She's fine. The other one is Pumpkin, and he's our yellow cat. You've probably seen him in a lot of the videos. He likes to be in there. He is 8 now, I think, and he followed Randy home. Well, not home. I was visiting my mom, and Randy decided he wanted to take a walk, so he was out walking, and he calls me on the phone, and he said, "There's a cat. There's this little kitten. He wasn't tiny, but he wasn't full grown." And he said, "There's a kitten following me. There's no houses around, and it's been following me for a half a mile, which is unusual." And he'd gotten to some railroad tracks, and he said he was worried about it. And finally, I just said, just bring it. And so he picked the cat up and he brought it home, and Pumpkin became my baby. So it's just funny because PJ was supposed to be my baby, but she took him, and then he brought this one home and he picked Mama. He likes both of us though. So anyway, that's the story of our cats. Maybe you could tell me about your cats or dogs or hamsters or fish, whatever you have. Again, I'm sorry if I seem like I'm rushing, but the sun is going down and I'm trying to get done before Randy gets back. We have a few more questions, not too many though. Let's see. What's your favorite place to visit or vacation? I don't really have a favorite place. I tend to, like, if I've been there, I don't want to go there again. I don't mind going there again, but I mean, like, I don't have, like, we go to this place every year type of thing. It's like if I went there, next time I want to go somewhere different. I do prefer cooler to hotter, so I'd rather be on a mountain than a beach. I can't swim, but I don't ski either. So if you put me on a mountain, I just want to have, like a cabin and then maybe a rock where I could go sit on it and just look at the view. So I don't know. I don't really have a place. Maybe you guys do. Okay, so Pumpkin now, he wants to be in on it. Number 6 is, how do your family and friends feel about your YouTube channel? Well, some of them know that I have a YouTube channel, but I don't really know if they watch my YouTube channel. And number 7 kind of goes along or continues on with that question. So number 7 is, are you an introvert or an extrovert? And then she wants to know with your family and friends. Is it shocking to them that you have a channel, or are they like, oh yeah, that sounds like something you do? I'm probably a little combination of introvert, extrovert. I used to be a lot more introverted. I didn't talk to people till I was up in my 30s probably. So it kind of took me a while to get used to it, but when I had a job and when I was in school and stuff, I had to start learning to talk to people. And so I can talk to a stranger now. I don't have to know you, but I can also kind of go in my shell. But I just think of everybody as a friend. And so I'm able to talk to people. Sometimes I have a hard time talking to my friends too. But I'm able to do it, because in my brain, everybody's just my friend. I don't see a stranger, they say. Everybody's just my friend. We're all the same. We're all just people. But there are some people that put off that vibe, where you don't cross their line. But, it kind of just feel the situation out. So I'm not as scared of talking to people anymore as I used to be. But in all honesty, I'm much more comfortable just being in my own little space, all by myself, and behind the scenes. So, but I can go kind of in and out of it. I can do whichever one I need to do for this situation. So I think I'm just kind of a combination. So as far as my friends and family, the ones who really know me know that it was kind of stepping out of my comfort zone. And so they maybe were a little surprised, but they were also really happy that I tried it and I stepped out of my comfort zone, and they're really proud of me for doing that, even if they don't watch. I don't think it's their cup of tea. They don't really care. But that's okay. I don't need them to. It's not for everybody. So anyway, that's my story about that. Number 8, my foot's going to sleep, sorry. Number 8 is give us a quick overview of your homemaking or decluttering journey over the years and how it has evolved. Well, I've been married forever. I got married when I was 17, so 1976. But as far as the decluttering, I've always struggled with having too much clutter. But I realize now, I started decluttering continually and intentionally, I say, a little over 2 years ago now. And I say it that way because I've tried it before, but this is the first time I've been able to just stick with it. And I know it's going to work. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to get to a point where I go, oh no, I'm overwhelmed, I can't do it. Or I don't start keeping more than I'm letting go of. I'm like not pulling it back out of the pile after I put it in there to let go of. I used to do that all the time, but for some reason I don't do that now. Every once in a while I'll go, oh wait, I can use that, or wait, I'm not ready to let go of that. I'm not talking about that, but you hit a point when you're decluttering where you're letting go of things, and then and by the way, tiny tidying, that's mostly what I do on my Tiny Tidies is declutter. So that's why I talk a lot about that. But when you declutter, sometimes you hit this point where you're getting rid of things, and then all of a sudden you realize you're not getting rid of things, and then you're pulling things back out of the pile that you were ready to let go of. I used to do that all the time, and that's a point at which you need to stop. I rarely hit that point anymore, and so somehow just something has shifted in my mindset, but it wasn't from the beginning. I mean, I did when I started intentionally and continually doing it a couple of years ago. The stuff was going, but I wasn't to the point yet of being able to let go easily of some things. Like some things, it's like, yeah, that's obvious, I don't need that. It wasn't obvious before, but all of a sudden it's obvious, right? But then a month later, something else was like, oh, I don't need that. But the month before, I did need it. And so as time continues on, I'm realizing that more and more, I'm seeing what I do need and what I don't need, and what I do want and what I don't want. And I have my reasons, my whys for keeping things, my whys for getting rid of things. I have all of that in my arsenal now. I didn't have that before. I didn't know how to let go of things. I didn't know how to make the decisions, but I had to learn, not just from other people. I had to learn from doing it. I didn't even know about Minimal Mom when I first started doing this. It was like, what she did was she gave me permission to let go of, things. It was like, it's okay. You can let go of things. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know I was allowed to let go of stuff. I thought I was supposed to keep everything, right? Because that's what I grew up thinking. That's what I grew up knowing. And so the way that it's evolved is just the mindset has shifted, and that comes with doing it. And I know everybody says that. So if you're at the beginning of the journey, you're like, but that makes no sense to me. It didn't make sense to me either when I started. Honestly, it didn't make sense. I didn't understand how people could just so easily let go of their things. How do you do that? But if you let go of the little things that you're ready to let go of, and you realize that you're okay after you've let them go, then you start more and more realizing that it's okay. And you don't have to let go of anything, and you don't have to let go of anything till you're ready to, but just by the practice of doing it, letting go of things and letting go of things you're ready to let go of, you start seeing more and more the benefits of it, and you start seeing that you can do it. And that's how I've evolved. It's like I started out with not being able to let go of anything. I couldn't have now I'm letting go of my books. I couldn't do that when I first started this. Now I'm like, oh, I don't need that. I don't need that. I ain't gonna read that. I ain't. Not before it was like I might want to read that. I might want to read that. I might want to read that. Now it's like, you know what? Realistically, I'm not gonna read that. That's how I've evolved. I've come from thinking I would, the fantasy self thing that maybe you've heard about, to recognizing my fantasy selves and going, you know what, girl, you ain't done it. You ain't gonna do it. So I don't know. Let me know how it is for you guys. Okay, I think number 8, I just blabbered on a little while longer than I intended to. I don't even know what I said. It may not have made no sense. I hope it did. But anyway, the rest of these, I'm not really sure. I don't know that I have answers for these, but I'm going to share them with you in case you have an answer. Maybe you want to share that down in the comments. So number 9 is your most embarrassing moment. And so, I mean, I read the questions, obviously, before I started this. So I just like, you know what? I decluttered it. That's going to be my answer. My most embarrassing moment, I've decluttered it. And you know what? That's the beautiful thing about decluttering, because when you declutter something, you don't remember it. You totally forget all about it. So I decluttered my most embarrassing moments. They're gone. I don't remember them. Number 10, if you want to answer this one. 3 things that you'd bring to a deserted island. Nothing useful like a boat or food or a lighter. Well, the only thing I could think of that I would want to bring to a deserted island is my husband. But then he's useful. So I don't know if that qualifies. But I'm bringing my husband to the deserted island. He can bring 3 things. He can bring me. And the last one, do you have a stupid human trick? And you know, I probably did when I was younger, but I don't remember what any of them are now. I mean, I can touch my tongue to my nose and stuff like that, but I ain't doing that on camera. No. I used to be able to stick my leg behind my head, but I don't do that anymore either. You know, I used to could lay down on the floor and I could stick my knees flat on the floor. I could be lay on my back, stick my knees to the above my head onto the floor. I'm not doing that either. That ain't good for you. I can still touch my hands flat to the floor. But I don't know if those are stupid human tricks. I mean, they're just, you know, stuff I can do that everybody can't do, but I don't know if that's a stupid human trick. I don't think I have any others. But anyway, I'm not doing any of those right now, so it's okay. I can still do the flat to the floor one, but I don't because apparently that ain't good for you. But anyway, if you've got a stupid human trick, you know, tell me all about it in the comments. I don't know if this is going to be any good. I didn't have time to really even, you know, think about it. And I'm trying to hurry and rush because, like I said, it's getting dark. Hubby's going to be back, Randy. Anyway, happy anniversary to all my ladies with the Tiny Tidies. I love you guys. Can't wait to see all of your videos, your Q&As. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you to all the viewers who have been with us and supported us. All the new ones who are coming on along for the ride with us. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Actually, I got another video. I ain't done it yet, but I got another one coming up tomorrow. Not a tiny tidy, but you'll see that tomorrow. It's going to be the kickoff for the 40 bags in 40 days with Sara from the Silver Lining. So I hope you'll join me for that. Just going to be a quick one. Anyway, this one's gone on way too long. Okay, well, I get to blabbering on. So anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Focus on the what you did instead of what you didn't. A didn't seems importanter than did, but really isn't. A didn't do is yet to do. A what you did is done. And what you did is looking good. That makes it number 1.
There's my bubby. Did you get your tiny tidy done? Did you get your tiny tidy done today?
Sometimes you just make the bed around the cat.
Happy decluttering!